How do you determine if a product has great user experience? Is UX just a fancy term for usability and user interfaces? In this video, we'll talk about user experience and the 7 factors that influence it. User experience, or UX for short, is usually interchanged with usability and user interfaces, but these three are different. User interface is the space where interactions between humans and machines occur, while usability is a factor of user experience. UX ultimately focuses on having an understanding about your product's users. What do they need? What do they value? What are their abilities? And also, what are their limitations? UX also takes into consideration the business goals and objectives of the organization that is funding the project. There are 7 factors that influence user experience, which Peter Morville presented through his User Experience Honeycomb. The first factor is useful. Your product must be useful and serve a purpose for its target customers. But take note that usefulness is in the eye of the beholder. This means that people also call products useful if they deliver fun or aesthetic appeal. Popular example of this are computer games and paintings. You can play a computer game all day or go to an art gallery to look at beautiful paintings without the purpose of accomplishing a goal that others find meaningful. The second factor is usable, or usability. This is about providing a product that helps users achieve their objectives in an effective and efficient way. For example, it is a must that cars have a high level of usability, so we can open windows, change radio stations, or adjust seats without removing our focus on driving. Sometimes products succeed even if they are not usable. Before we talk about the third factor, I'd like to quickly thank you for watching our videos. And for those of you who are new here, welcome to Pixelate Academy. We make videos and tutorials about product development, from planning, designing, coding, up to deployment. Now let's go back to the third factor, which is findable. This means that if you have a service that handles millions of data, users must still be able to find the product that they want. If you can't find something to watch on Netflix, it doesn't matter how much great content they have. You will stop using the service. In short, our services and information on our websites, apps, and information systems must be easily navigated by users. The fourth factor is credibility. Simply put, users must be able to trust and believe what we tell them. A popular example of a company losing credibility is Volkswagen. In 2015, it was discovered that the car company had rigged the software of millions of diesel cars to cheat on emission tests. This scandal not only cost them up to $30 billion in damages, but they also lost the trust of their customers and a huge part of the US market. But even if you don't commit fraud, you must ensure that you deliver what you say. The fifth factor of UX is desirable, which is mostly conveyed in design through branding, image, identity, and other elements of emotional design. The more desirable a product is, the more likely users who have it will brag about it and also influence other users to have it. An example would be if I were to give you 2 choices of smartphones, would you choose a Lenovo or an iPhone? To some extent, both brands are useful, usable, findable, accessible, credible, and valuable. But for most people, an iPhone is more desirable than a Lenovo. But not all users have the same principles for being desirable, so you must know your target users. The sixth factor of user experience is accessibility. Just as buildings have elevators and ramps, our products should be accessible to people with disabilities, which according to the World Health Organization has a population of over 1 billion, 20% of whom live with great functional difficulties in their day-to-day lives. This large and increasing number must be a reminder for us that our products will become part of the lives of a person with disability. So we must find ways on how they can use our products just like everyone else. This will not only be good for your business, but it is the ethical thing to do. And now a lot of countries and organizations are setting up laws and standards on how to provide services to these awesome people. The last factor of UX is valuable. But before I discuss this factor to you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to know more about user experience and how we, as designers, developers, and entrepreneurs, can create products and services that are worthy of people. A product that is valuable is a product that delivers value to its creator and its users. Valuable is at the center of the honeycomb since value is different for each user. For some users, they buy a product because it is desirable and not because of its accessibility, and vice versa. This means that the value factor is the sum of all the different factors of UX combined. In this video, I've shown you the 7 factors of user experience. These factors show that the success of a product is not just dependent on its desirability and usability alone. For your product to succeed in the market and bring joy to its users, it must be useful, usable, findable, credible, desirable, accessible, and valuable. If you've learned something from this video, hit the like button and share it to your friends. Thank you for watching, and see you later, Pixelators.